one of the most popular artists in the city right now, who needs no introduction, but I still let him introduce himself. So who we got on DC Artists?
Yeah, Migo Lee, man. 2 for 3, youngest plug in the spot. SEAL Team 6.
Do you want to be a successful artist or do you want to be a gangster? Cause you can be both. Once you get tangled up in the streets, they will take you down, shot and killed or busted and imprisoned. Say goodbye to your lucrative career and your freedom. No champagne room for you. Rapper Migo Lee can probably relate right about now. Kali Migo Lee Brown was on his way to hip-hop stardom. He was gathering fans and streams and picking up steam for a bright future in the music business. But investigators found rapping was nothing but a side hustle. His real career was in crime.
You know who the fuck I am, nigga?
Do you know who we is?
You know who the fuck I am?
In art, there's always a thin line between fact and fiction. Migo Lee's work was no different. As Migo Lee, Kali Brown served as the leading public face for the Kennedy Street Crew, KDY, functioning as a driver of escalating crew-related violence through beefs incited through his social media activity and music videos.
Man, catch me on that front line, 7, Kennedy, wherever, anywhere around this motherfucker, I'm good.
In a rap career, street cred is everything. If used as a tactic, this wasn't bad. But if this is real life, then one shouldn't air such things in public, unless you're a Mexican kingpin and have corrupted half the government. But Migo Lee was different. The music videos put a finer point on the dangerousness he presents. Generally, in his videos, Migo Lee glorified violence, referring to himself by the tagline used among KDY crew members, young and violent, and or characterizing himself as part of SEAL Team 6 or ST6, evoking militaristic tactics to eliminate the opposition. He is notorious for producing diss music videos, taunting rival crew members, including those who have been murdered.
Yeah, they talking about you was screaming and crying like that when Mushy died. No, I was screaming and crying. I was screaming and crying when that last nigga just purged. Fuck that nigga.
Lee's social media accounts also noticed how the up-and-coming rapper knew his way around the drug underworld. He regularly utilized Instagram to advertise his narcotics, most predominantly pills for sale. Independent of the ads, Migo Lee also regularly boasted on social media about the spoils of his drug trafficking and his encounters with law enforcement.
They on the live talking about stay right there, play the corners. Come on, fuck you talking about, nigga, come on. Fuck you talking about. Come on. Hey, War General. Who's they playing with, War General? Excuse me. Fuck you talking about.
Migo Lee was already living his life to the fullest and, like all social media users, probably saw everything as good content that would get lots of likes. If you are enjoying this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Early in the morning of October 10th, 2022, Prince George County Police were called for a report of a shooting at a stash house in Bowie, Maryland that Migo Lee maintained. After executing a search warrant, law enforcement recovered 3 firearms, as well as numerous live rounds of ammunition, firearms accessories, and large capacity magazines.
I've been on your rips more times than you diss me, nigga. On God, nigga, on my brother, I've been on your rip more times than you diss me, nigga. On Mushy Soul, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, come on, pull up, bitch. You fake page, nigga, pull up, nigga. I'm gonna show your bitch ass, pull up, nigga.
Throughout the residence, officers found and seized nearly $47,000 in cash. They also seized 103 pounds of marijuana stored in hard shell luggage, 66.2 grams of crack cocaine, and an aggregate of 106.4 grams of oxycodone pills and 79.6 grams of methamphetamine pills. Kali Migo Lee Brown, his brothers Kayon and Miacia, as well as crew member Jovan Williams, lived in the Bowie, Maryland house. Despite the Browns' mother denying to police that anyone had been injured during the shooting, responding officers noticed multiple bullet holes in the living room window, blood on the living room floor, spent shell casings, and a trail of blood near the front door.
Every single defendant in this case used Instagram, a social media platform.
Migo Lee's social media activity led law enforcement to confirm another of his stash houses, this one on the 1700 block of D Street Northeast. On the morning of January 26, 2023, DEA and ATF agents conducted an interdiction at Baltimore Washington International Airport, BWI, where Migo Lee and several other KDY members were stopped as they returned on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles International Airport smuggling bulk quantities of marijuana. At BWI, Migo Lee and crew member Herman Sinu managed to evade law enforcement, but surveilling ATF agents followed their vehicle to the residence on D Street Northeast. MPD officers watched as the two men entered the house with 2 pieces of luggage. Law enforcement compared open-source photos of the interior of the house to the Instagram stories posted by Migo Lee, and noticed distinct characteristics of the living room that were also present in his Instagram ads.
All that good shit, my brother, I miss. Think about good shit, I get in my feel. I think about good shit, niggas start tripping. Think about good shit, my brother, I spent for. Lonely brain was putting the men on. Flies a bitch, he was putting that shit on. Bitch ass off, she was putting that stick on.
When officers entered the D Street home, they found Migo Lee along with 2 of his brothers and 3 others. Scattered throughout the basement of the stash house, officers found 10 loaded firearms, 2 of which were machine guns. 4 of those firearms were found in a suitcase resembling one officers had seen Migo Lee carrying as he entered the house earlier in the day. The suitcase also contained bulk quantities of marijuana, 351 fentanyl-laced counterfeit oxycodone pills, and 50 oxycodone pills. Migo Lee's DNA was included on 2 of the 10 firearms law enforcement recovered from the D Street residence. A Glock 17 9mm handgun with an obliterated serial number equipped with a machine gun conversion device that was used in the November 18, 2022 shooting at Jackson Reed High School in Northwest DC, and a Glock 29 10mm pistol equipped with an extended magazine. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. DNA of Keon Brown, Migo Lee's brother, was included on 3 firearms, including a Glock 45 9mm handgun equipped with an extended magazine. The Glock 4 was linked to 2 shootings on October 10, 2022, one in Tacoma Park and another in Southeast Washington, D.C. On June 26, 2023, Kali Migo Lee Brown was arrested with Tristan Greedy Ware and Miashaya Brown at a known stash house at 5th and O Streets Northwest, where both Kali and Miashaya Brown had been observed by law enforcement conducting narcotics transactions. Law enforcement was able to identify the apartment as being associated with Migo Lee based upon a music video he published shortly before his arrest. Agents found 6 loaded firearms concealed within the apartment, 4 of which were machine guns, a high-capacity drum magazine, nearly $3,000 in cash, and numerous bags containing about 3.5 kilograms of marijuana packaged for distribution.
I was always in the comfort of my own home. You know, the things that I did was to take care of my family. I never had nobody in my community that showed me like a different way. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around drugs and violence.
Prosecutors say Kennedy Street crew members operated open-air drug markets on an 11-block stretch of Kennedy Street in Northwest Washington, D.C., as well as surrounding streets. The group armed itself with firepower to facilitate the drug trade and defend its territory from rival crews. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Faced with a mountain of evidence, much of it provided by himself, Migo Lee pleaded guilty on September 20th of 2024 to conspiracy to distribute 100 kilograms or more of marijuana, fentanyl, and oxycodone. He also pleaded guilty to possessing a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking offense and to assault with a dangerous weapon. His brother Keon pleaded guilty that same day to conspiracy to distribute 100 kilograms or more of marijuana and oxycodone and to possessing a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. They'll be relatively young men when they get out of prison, but perhaps too old for the rap game. Their street cred will be through the roof, but in the end, the music biz is not about street cred. It's about beats and hooks. It's about producing hits and not about executing hits. More importantly, One Life offers a way out of whatever, poverty, negativity, loneliness, not just for the artist, but perhaps it serves as inspiration for listeners too. The other life offers nothing but misery for all parties involved. The ending is predictable as well. Perhaps Migo Lee can use this ending as inspiration. Maybe he comes back stronger and better. One thing is for sure, he's made it 10 times harder for himself.
I grew up around drugs and violence, so I became a product of my environment. But I just want to say I'm not a product of my environment anymore. I'm someone better. So I just hope you have mercy on me and, sentence me while you sentence me.